finally doing something that probably a billion of you have done out there before, but we haven't done it on Phoenix history. We're talking about North Weald Redoubt. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
The first ever built mobilisation centre. Bit of a claim to fame there. Done a couple on this channel, and hopefully we're going to have an opportunity to go inside the first part of the mobilisation centre. It's basically a semicircular arc, so this one's actually quite a large one for the mobilisation sort of centre size, but it's the only one that's not really a part of the M25 really. The rest of them are in sort of Surrey, Kent, around that bottom loop, as you probably are aware anyway. But we're here. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Come on.
In the late Victorian period between 1889 to 1903, mobilisation centres were constructed around the London area to provide ready ammunition in order to defend the city. The military scheme, known as the London Defence Positions, was in response to the rapid progress made in warship production by France and Russia during the early 1880s. These centres were not designed as forts themselves, but if the need for armament was required, these redoubts would have been armed with guns and munitions that were appropriate. Construction of the North Weald Redoubt began in 1889 and was largely completed by 1904. The main compound is broadly D-shaped in plan, with the casemates divided into 3 sections, one in the middle of the curve and one at either end. The sections are separated by double-fronted rooms termed gun casemates, flanked by single chambers used as general artillery stores. The rear channel, known as the gorge, contains a sunken roadway and a row of reinforced concrete casemates which extend right along the northern side. The North Weald Redoubt was not intended to be permanently garrisoned, but provision was made for caretakers. 2 uninhabited single-storey cottages, brick-built with slate roofs, stood within the line of the original perimeter fence, immediately to the south of the bridge. The site was retained as a military base leading up to 1914, and it is then thought to have served as an arsenal for the duration of the Great War. In 1919, the site was sold at auction to the Marconi Wireless Telegraph Company, who established a radio station on the surrounding hillside and used the redoubt as storage. The North Weald London Mobilisation Centre, officially known as the North Weald Redoubt, exhibits a remarkable level of survival, no doubt largely as a result of the sympathetic reuse of the site as a radio station after the First World War. Most mobilisation centres have been the subject of subsequent alteration and or reuse. As a short-lived and rare monument type, all surviving mobilisation centres in their original form are considered to be nationally important, and we hope with a documentation like this can be remembered for years to come.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We've started at the back. I think that's probably the best solution. It's quite a large site, really. As most of you probably know, like I said, preaching's to convert for a lot of you. Really, what you can understand is what you're looking at predominantly is just a huge selection of ammunition stores. And then you've got a Caponier, however you want to sort of pronounce it. Obviously it was an abbreviation from French. Obviously defended sections. The idea was that obviously, as you know in your history lesson, although its main purpose was for ammunition storage, should obviously the invasion happen from France, that also it could be defended in principle. And obviously we can see that there's an Alan Williams turret here as well. We'll make a mention to that, and you can check that out in the link below of the history of the Alan Williams turret as well. But really, it's because this one's been done to death. I don't really want to we'll put a Phoenix history slant on it and try and give you what you need to outside your history lesson. But really, fundamentally, it is just a huge selection of ammunition stores, casemates, and yeah, we're here. It's, you sometimes got to say to yourself, well, you know, before it got popular with explorers and the like, this would have been a almost pristine condition. We also know that there was also, it's obviously the buildings in the front have completely been trashed because obviously over time. And yeah, these are the these would have been lamps. They would have had lamps in those to illuminate the buildings. It's quite dark in here now, and yeah, it's just seen multiple different changes. Like I said, I'm not sure how much I want to sort of cover on it really. I'm trying to sort of talk you through it, but yeah, you can see pretty well. Like I said, all these really were designed so they could have these lamps to illuminate. I'm talking about illumination. I think I'm probably going to get my torch out in a minute. There's Sophie up there. And obviously it's been a prime hub now for graffiti artists and the like. So I'm just going to take my rucksack off. And the new idea is what we're going to do is, as you probably noticed, I bought my waders as well. Because I think, you know, whilst we're here, it proves that on we've had multiple days of summer, like really dry days, and it is so flooded. I doubt that there's many opportunities people get to, unless you do bring waders, because it is wader depth. It's above wellies height, so I'm going to take a look at those as well. So really, fundamentally, you're looking at two semicircular arches. That noise you can hear in the background is Soph doing some drone footage, and like I said, we've worked our way from the back. Anything normally that you see sticking out metal wise, let's call it layman's terms, like this for example, it's mostly just shelving like this. And yeah, you got dark corridors and passages as you would find, and most mobilisation centres were very different in layout and design. No two were really the same, and I've been fortunate enough to visit a couple. Most of them now actually, funny enough, have been converted into houses. You can see the sort of like base just there. You've got your little vents as well. You've also got hangars as well. They're here. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of an outline. You've got your classic grain, which is probably one of the most original features that you've got from the door frames. And you see that a lot in the forts themselves. And obviously, like I said, with this one, the mobilisation centre, predominantly because of its location, it did get used for, it carried on after its use really. And fascinating in that respect. There's obviously a burnt out car here. Always impressed how they managed to get them down here, but you know, beautiful door that survives. It's really just a question of what is here now. The last remnants of this place. I did say to Sophie at the time, I thought when we came down I'd be very surprised if we didn't see anybody, but you never know. You never know on these occasions. This is probably one of the most popular places that explorers and that a lot have gone to, and I just hope that obviously in my video we have a wonderful opportunity to document it. My good friends at Beyond the Point, my other good friends of IKS have obviously visited, and they've done a way better job than this video could ever do, so much love to those lot. And I'm sure if you type in IKS and Beyond the Point, you'll see some fascinating, really interesting videos on that. There you go. And as we look up, we've got to be careful sometimes what we see. Shell store. Obviously the rest of it sadly rubbed away over time. I mean, this is just how it is. Go in. See for one-on-one view. come out on a very overgrown section. An original door there that is still surviving. Unbelievable. If only people realise that history, how much actually, if you do look what survives, and I think that's really what I want to try and aim to do today. Let's try and take a look at what is left after all these years and many people exploring. If we find any other hidden secrets and treats that for whatever reason are still here in this all this time. But like I said, we'll take our time a little bit because I just don't really want to sort of feel like I'm rushing this one today. But also enjoy it as well. And I know Sophie's doing the same. Right. I'm not going to do everything kind of... I'm going to film every single thing. But enough that you get an idea. As I've always said a million times before, it pays to look up, because then you get to see which would be the vents. So what you're looking at, unfortunately they don't survive from the top, but they would have been these conical sort of vents. And the idea was to obviously keep as much circulation coming through, and they sort of look like beautiful little tubular towers that obviously kept the vents going. How are you getting on? Hopefully the audience, I was just talking to them because I think we're going to just take them on for a little stroll at the rear end anyway. Excuse me. The back passage.
What have you been doing?
Taking them through the back passages of the history. I did say
I could take them out to dinner first.
I did say to the audience out there, I did say obviously this one's been extremely well documented, and it's not really, I did mention our boys at IKS and Beyond the Point who've done fantastic jobs, but it's surprising. We're going to do like a little I Spy, I think, today. We're going to see if there's any original stuff. I did see a ammo store logo at the top. There's a few original doors that still survive, which is incredible considering. Yeah. And yeah, so what do you think?
It's cool, isn't it?
It's cool. I mean, it's your first one, and there's not really many left.
No, it's cool.
I mean, the ones that, like I said, most people will probably recognise are Box Hill and Reigate. And like we said before, really the main purpose really was just ammunition storage predominantly. The idea was obviously if they were invasion, the idea was that this would be basically stores for just weapons, and they could grab them and then obviously basically defend against the French invasion threat. And then obviously, like I said, during World War II, we need to find the Alan Williams turret at some point, which is up there somewhere beyond us. And yeah, let's just take a look around. Like, thankfully, I don't say thankfully because I'm enjoying this, but there's not a lot more. There you go. Passages within passages. So you can imagine different types of ammunition as well. You know, like I said, that it was a genuine threat of, you know, that they were under, and that they felt they needed to obviously have these quite, really at the time they were quite clever really to do these mobilisation centres, as we would refer to them as. Obviously it is labelled as a redoubt, but you know, the idea that there was a genuine threat, and we've always said this is one of our biggest reminders as we visit, is that there was a threat of invasion. Sophie understands as well, and that they took it seriously enough that they would build these. I'll just quickly pop you into this. There you go. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm very grateful that we've chosen the right day for it. Although I'm not necessarily looking forward to wading in to the far end. So obviously, as you saw with the as we walked through, when we said hello at the entrance. Obviously the buildings, the occupants would have been stationed in the front, and then you've got this wonderful little defended section, beautiful bridge, and then as we rightly can see, it's basically a mirror image. So you've got, in essence, a corridor there, which is where the burnt out car was on the other side. Yeah, there's a burnt out car through that passage. So if you walk through there, if you want to, you can see they've incredibly put a burnt car through that. And then as we come through again, so symmetrical in the sort of however you'd refer to, however you want to feel that word symmetrical means, but yeah, and we've got a door there with some more modern electrical right in there, and again identical the setup, so obviously that just goes round. Beautiful little vents, and then we'll make our way to the back. There we go. And there is a mast, and then the steps, and we'll come out here, hopefully not get eaten alive. And look down. You can see the radio mast there. It's been used in an optimal way. What a beautiful day to be exploring a mobilisation centre. North Weald Bassett in Essex. I do believe over in yonder distance, as I'm sadly mistaken, and sadly to say. Hiya! There is our Alan Williams turret. Sad really, isn't it, the fact that I probably know this place inside out and yet never had the opportunity to actually document it. But here we are. This is our Alan Williams turret. Proof that it was used during World War II. I'll show Sophie this later. Obviously then this gives us back to the edge of the perimeter. So the idea was the Alan Williams turret. I'm going to put a link down below for all of you to check that out if you can do, please. It's a full history basically, and there's one that I visited in Dorset. Obviously it wasn't as good as this, well, sort of the same. The idea was that they could crane that in, take about 2 hours to set up, make a ditch. You got a ditch going in there. There was 2 people in there. One of them had a gun, Brain or Lewis, poking through, and then the other person would have been somebody to help feed in the ammunition. And it was really designed for anti-aircraft, really, although with a machine gun such as a Brain or Lewis, you know, it wasn't the heaviest of defended things. But yeah, Alan Williams turret, please check out the link below for that if you can, if you want to know the full history on it, and the one that I visited in Dorset. And a remarkable piece. Like I said, it could turn, it would be able to turn, but really pretty useless but clever on the same token, as I put my foot on it to sort of show how strong that is. But yeah, amazing. So yeah, somebody would have been 2 people in that, believe it or not. Can you imagine the, always sort of said about those ones, can you imagine the noise of the gun? Very deafening, because you're literally in it, surrounded in like a dome. Yeah, let's go find Sophie. This is a bit of a strange video, isn't it? Sort of doing it in real time, but also just showing off a little bit to the idea of what we're looking at. Obviously there's a radar mast here as well. Again, like I said, the different functionality that was used here. And yeah, very cool. I know Sophie's enjoying herself on this one because it's pretty much in her remit of what she likes doing. And then we can sort of see as I'm slowly straddling these steps. So what I want to do is just show everybody what would be the vent pipes. They're here. So believe it or not, after all these years it is still quite stable to walk on. Unfortunately the condition has failed immensely. It's gone downhill quite rapidly. So these are really what we're looking at, are these ventilation pipes, those semicircular ones. You're right. What did I miss? Oh yeah, have you been in it? No. You will do that in a minute. Just sort of taking my time with it really, showing the wonderful people of YouTube in more of a real-time setting actually, which I haven't done something like this in ages. Yeah. Right. I better head down. Let's do it. See, there is a garage, which obviously we've left our stuff for the moment, and there's Sophie. She's been exploring the lower levels. The Alan Williams turret, by the way, is up there and over there. It's actually in rather good condition. What are your thoughts and feelings, if you please, for the first section?
You left me.
I did, I'm sorry about that, I got carried away.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, well, carry on. Oh, word. No, no, what do you think?
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool, that. So obviously check out Facebook, check out the link with that. It's some exclusive photos that you won't normally see on the channel. So when I say exclusive, I genuinely mean exclusive. You won't see all the photos on this channel. There will be lots to document on separate ways, so we're covering it as best as possible. To cover through multiple angles. Actually, I think whilst we're here, we did forget to do this section, which obviously links up to that. Might be quite dark now that I've just left my torch back in the bag, but the idea is it's sort of like the final section. Obviously you saw the door from the opposite side, it's symmetrical to that, without being I feel like I'm being a bit of a lazy explorer, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's practically identical. The idea is it's going to sweep round and link up with that passage there. Looks more substantial than it actually is, but then again, try not to film the graffiti as best as possible, the offensive stuff anyway, but yeah, sorry about that everybody if there was some stuff that you might have found offensive. I generally can't really do anything about that really, but yeah. And you can see the level and extent to the revetments, the fortifications, whole mound system that they built into it. And it's bizarre because in essence it's kind of strange because you can see what an amazing job they've done, but that it's protected. Well, I mean, it is labelled as underground. These are underground workings essentially, and you can see up there as well. More look like cabling, I think, as well. Sophie, you all good? Yeah. Yeah, that was. I think from memory, that's obviously the garage. Obviously, couldn't work that one out. Yeah, have you been in there yet?
No, it's a bit overgrown to get into it.
Up and over in it, really. Up round there, did you not? Or... No? But, yeah? Up and over?
No, the entrance is the side.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, oh, what, literally in that corner? Because, yeah, but I thought it was up there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go, Rory. We'll have a nosy if we can. Always good to have a nosy. Right, stay with us. everybody to what was politely known as the gorge. Now the gorge is, although these are all casemates, the idea was that they would have been heavily defended. And what you notice is that you've got the caponier or capiniere, however you want to pronounce it right at the end, which is underneath the crossing, the main entrance. And the idea was that that was a series of musket fire that could defend this position if they came in. So the idea was that if the enemy were coming over this defensive ditch, they get caught in some crossfire straight away. And then not only that, but the casemates, believe it or not, would have also been defended and shooting in. So yeah, sort of a bit of a crossfire thing going on. But yeah, very interesting, everybody. The old boy's got his waders on. God. The things I do. So I can't actually see the floor, so that's always a bonus. I'll negotiate, but I think I can get a bit of a drop. There we go. So the question is, you've got to be so careful. You don't actually know what you're treading on. You don't really want to disturb the ground too much. I fear. Now I'm only going to do one side, because I think it's important that it will match the other. So, yeah, welcome. Original doors. So I'm walking actually on quite solid ground now, which is good. It wasn't. And here we are. Just tap that straight. There we go. All manner of things. I mean, there could be a hole. Try not to think about that. Just each every footstep, slowly, slow and steady. Yeah, just weird, like I just don't really want to know what I'm treading on. Yes. It's like a scene out of a horror film, this. Thing is, I've been in higher, as you probably have seen on my channel before, my waders, but it's the fact that you can't see. Let's go this way. Oh yeah. Not sure if that looks to be blocked or not. Yeah, that's as far as we can go. There's a massive door here as well. I'm having to sort of kick out the way. In fact, there's two doors there. I wonder if I can get to this side to get through to have a look at the other section. I'm not joking, that is not ideal. And obviously the problem is, what you're also doing is you need to be reminded that every step I'm taking is actually releasing stale air from the floor across. So you can see then, that's as far as we can go. I doubt I'm going to do the other side. The sheer obvious nature that once you've seen one, you'll see another. Just I'm a bit annoyed that you can't do the caponier, and I'm getting bitten so badly at the moment. But we're in. Get to say at least we got into it. Tell you what, gorge by name, gorge by nature. With the extent of this. Obviously the shelves as well. Look at that, barely hanging on. At least it's well ventilated, he says. There's Sophie. Try and get around the corner. Hi. Let's try and get around. You see the ground here, just about. It says famous last words. Yeah. It's actually blocked with lots of debris, as a lot of you can testify to. Just so you know that I'm telling the truth. But yeah, look at that. The corridor. Right. I think I want to get out because it's just not nice. Come on. Well everybody, I've sort of made a sensible decision I think. So we're at the opposite side of the gorge here. And I've just put my foot down and I've got stuck. And I just think for today it's not worth it because I haven't got anything to grip onto if I get stuck. And you can't rescue me, no. And I wouldn't expect you to. So basically what you've got to understand is on this side, once my foot is in, if I get stuck, which is ironically why I wanted to aim for that and where I did go, not only is it releasing that sort of sulphurous gas type of stuff, which is obviously potent in itself, but yeah, I couldn't, like I said, I had to get myself out, so not worth it I don't think for today on this side. But we did get to see the other side, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wanted to go to the Caponier really, Caponier on that side, but yeah, it doesn't matter, it's okay. I think you can hopefully reward us for that, and I'm sure some of you have probably gone through one side and the other, but look, I think if we were going to do it, we we're going to do it in this type of weather. God, yeah. We were going to do it when it was at least a lot lower down. But yeah, look, thoughts and feelings as we wrap this up now, Sophie.
Actually, so you can see how high, on the rust on the doors, how high the water's got before.
Now, we could have gone round the back, at the back end, but that was actually higher. So there's beyond that roof, and if you go down, that was actually quite high. Enough that, again, although I could have grabbed onto things, yeah. So we did a bit. I'm not making excuses, that's just how it was. Yeah, thoughts and feelings as we wrap up then.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is cool, isn't it? Got to do it, finally tick it off, which is great. Hopefully we've documented it well enough for you. We apologise, it's my fault. I just want to confess, Sophie's not been a part of this because I went off on my own little adventure. And I do apologise because you should be a part of everything. And I just sort of disappeared, I got excited and wandered off. And I basically went old school. I forgot that I was with someone and I just went off. Disappeared
like a meerkat and off you went.
Yeah, that's it. But we got to do it, and hopefully you appreciate that. And massive respect to everybody that has visited it and documented it and done whatever. Hopefully my video is just more of an update video for some of you, maybe. You know, because there's plenty of better versions of this out there.
We're the best.
No, we're the best. Okay, cool. Like it. Any more words of Phoenix history? Oh, before you say, the caretaker's house and houses are over there, but they are completely not worth it. Really not worth it. Any more words of Phoenix history? Thank you so much for coming along with us. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you, Sophie. Yeah. We're friends now. Sweaty friends. Take care, everybody. Much love to all of you. Would you like to cap out? Because I haven't got any hands. Ready? Cap out.